Welcome back. This is the Gutsy Entrepreneur, and today we are going to discuss peacocking versus performance. Peacocking versus performance. What is this? Well, peacocking versus performance is two different methods used by two different people. Let's go into peacocking first. Or you know what? Let's go into performance rather. Now, performance is used by leaders. You know why? Because when you're a leader, especially when you're a new leader, you're running and you're gunning. What do I mean by that? You're making moves, you're doing things, you're busy. You don't have time for the fat. You don't have time for bullshit that does not serve you. That's why when you see leaders, everything they do is about performance. You don't see leaders wearing a lot of jewelry. Why? Because it doesn't bring in any type of value. You can't get any value out of that. It doesn't up their performance. You usually do not see leaders being loud, being flashy. Why? Because it does not serve them as far as performance. See, leaders have to operate on peak performance. Everything they do is about performance. Think about it. Everything a real leader does is about performance. When you're leading a group of people, an organization, a corporation, a team, you have to perform. People don't really care about what you look like. People don't care about really what you do. They care about your performance. And I think about this often because, the people who I work with, they don't care about anything. They care about their checks on the 25th. They care about their checks. They don't care about what I look like or, the flashiness and me having these nice things or me doing all this flashy stuff for attention. No, none of that matters. What they want is performance. They want to know, can I get the job done? They want to see me getting the job done. They want to have trust that I can get the job done. And this is on my mind a lot because when you read case studies, or when you do case studies rather, about these other leaders, you see that they are very minimalistic in their approach, because they are about performance. They cut the fat on anything that does not serve them. Anything that does not serve them is out of the window, okay? Yeah, they have trinkets and they have things. I'm not saying that leaders do not, they don't have trinkets and they don't have things and they don't enjoy life like everyone else. They do. But you see a very cautious attention towards overindulgence, being overindulgent on things because it does not serve them. Even when you see leaders in their younger days, like not younger days, but in their early in their career, in their running and gunning phase, they're usually not wearing suits. A lot of them are wearing sweatpants or things that they're very comfortable in, jeans, stuff like that, because they're running and gunning, and it's not even about how I look, it's about performance. A lot of them didn't even comb their hair, didn't even worry about their appearance, didn't even worry about how people would perceive them. Why? Because it's about performance. How can I get the job done? What do I have to do to accomplish my goals? What do I have to do to get closer to completing this project today? Performance. Think about it. Why was Steve Jobs dressing in a turtleneck and jeans? Because he cared about performance. Any leaders that operate on the highest level, you see them strictly focused on performance, focused on things that serve them, not on being flashy. They don't care about how they are perceived. They are strictly worried about things that will serve them, that will help them boost their performance. Now let's talk about peacocking. Now, peacocking is used by sellers. Anytime you see someone peacocking, they're usually trying to sell you something. Anytime you see someone being flashy, they're usually trying to sell you something. Anytime you see someone dressed in jewelry and they are very demonstrative, they're usually trying to sell you something. Think about it. Think about this. They're salesmen. All of these internet gurus, you see them, and what do you see first in their videos? Cars, fast cars, jewelry. They might even flash money. Because they're trying to sell you something. They're peacocking. They're showing you, hey, look at me. Look at my lifestyle. Look at what I have. Look, 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 look. I have this. Watch me. Watch me. Watch. See, real leaders are chosen, so they don't have to beg for attention. People are already paying attention to them. Real leaders don't have to peacock because people are already watching them. People are already focused on them. The people who are peacocking are usually sellers. People who are trying to sell you something. People who want you to buy something from them. They're selling the course. They're selling the ebook. They're, a trial. They're doing something that they're selling. Okay? Pay attention to what's going on. Real leaders do not have to peacock. Real leaders don't have to show you their cars. Real leaders don't have to show you their jewelry. Real leaders don't have to get your attention in any way because their attention is in their work. They show their work. You know, in school when your teacher used to say, show your work. They show their work. Their energy is placed in their work. It's placed on performance. It's placed on results. They're results makers. They're focused on making results. They're focused on getting things done. That's where their energy comes from. That's why people are paying attention to leaders, because leaders are people who get things done. Leaders are results makers. Leaders are people who you come to in a crisis. Leaders are everybody. When the building catches on fire, everyone is looking at them, figuring out what to do. They are known for getting things done and for results. So they necessarily don't have to peacock, because people are turning to them anyway. Elon Musk doesn't have to peacock. Even Kevin Smith, he doesn't have to, or Keith Smith, he doesn't have to peacock. You know him, you know of him. And if you don't know of him, it's probably because you're sleeping under a rock. But he's a billionaire. When he walks into a room, he gets things done. People who are at the top of their game, they get things done. They don't need access attention. They already have enough attention. Their reputation gives them attention alone. Only sellers peacock. Only sellers have to be flashy, have to show off, have to tell you what they have and what they got. See, I like to think leadership is like playing poker. When you're playing poker, you don't necessarily show people your hand. You shouldn't, and you can't. That's one of the tenets of the game. You try to not let people know what cards you're holding, because that's your edge. You know, the ability to bluff, the ability to use your cards in the right way. That's your edge. And you can actually juxtapose that to leadership. Leaders do not show their cards. They do not let everyone know, even the closest people to them. They do not let them know all of the tricks that they're having, up their sleeve. They do not let people know how much money they have, or how much money they're making, or what they're doing with their money. I'm telling you, all of this is peacocking, because real leaders are focused on getting the job done. They're not focused on grabbing attention. Just because you can have a lot of attention, that doesn't mean that you are the most qualified in the room. So I just made this video because I think it's important for us today to realize what we're looking at when we see people who are peacocking. We're looking at sellers. Wait for it and be patient. I'm telling you, it will reveal in time what they're selling, because they have to reveal to you what they're selling, because it's a process. They're doing it for a reason. They're peacocking for a reason. So know the difference. Know how to spot a real leader. I did a video on it, but in this way, listening to this, it can gain you some more clarity. Leaders are focused on performance. Sellers are focused on peacocking. Like, share, subscribe, and stay vigilant.